it's Noctis. Subscribe to Vincent Valentine EX Turk channel.
Hello, my King of the Night, Vincent Valentine EX Turk, and we're here with another Final Fantasy 15. Hopefully this is not a leak and this is legit news. I've watched Final Fantasy Peasants thing about that, and if you do catch me, reporting fake news or leaked articles, I do need you to call me out for that stuff, because there's no excuse for that bullshit. So, but luckily, Siliconia, from what I know, is a reliable source until I'm told otherwise. That I'm gonna go ahead and go with the whole Siliconia thing. So I'm really hoping that this is a reliable source, but I think it is. I'll even leak the article. In fact, let me copy the article while I'm right here. Alright. That this is actually not leaked. Though it is getting very hard to trust things nowadays, because there's fake news, there's leaks, there's this and that everywhere. So, you would tell me this is fake news. So, Final Fantasy 15 director, let me try to pick something better. Final Fantasy 15 director Tabata says they have plans to explore Ardyn's past. So we could be either getting episode Ardyn, or we can get the cutscenes like we did with Ravis and Idolus. More likely it's going to be cutscenes, but let's just see. Final Fantasy 15 is sharing more about its bros, Prompto, Gladiolus, Ignis, in the form of DLC episodes. But director Hajime Tabata teased that there'll be plans to explore about Ardyn Izunia's past during a game interview with Game Legends. Thanks, Game Jiro. When asked if there is any other plans to explore Ardyn's past, Director Tabata responded with, "Yes, we will have more plans for that. Please look forward to." The interview has also took an interesting transition from Versus 13 to Final Fantasy 15. Some multiplayer talk, and we'll see if there's any kind of new gameplay in the future DLC. Final Fantasy 15 is available on PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Well, who didn't know that? I've been to the launch. So, I'm actually going to look at the video that they have. Game Legends is okay, it's a game journaling website. By the way, I don't trust game journalists, just to let you know that.
Buongiorno cari amici di Game Legends, qui per oggi voi Gianmaster e Patrizio per un'intervista che ha dell'incredibile. Siamo con Hajime Tabata, Game Director di Final Fantasy XV.
No, there's no
Partiremo subito
subs.
con le domande per non rubare troppo tempo al nostro
Where's the
ospite.
subs?
Partiamo con le domande. Patrizio, a te.
How many
Oh, there
how
it
many
is.
titles you found working on transformation from Final
There's the
Fantasy
subs, alright.
13 versus Final Fantasy 15?
Shit.
まずベース13から15に変更するにあたってどのようなトラブル、どのような工夫
Okay, I want to hear what Tabata's
to
going
work
to
with
say.
new hardware.
変だけど、そうだね。そうだな。
Okay, so there's no...
プレイヤー同士
Yeah, you just got to look at the article thing, because it's not in sub. But pretty much this is translated. Like I said, I hope Siliconia is actually really good game news and not leaks. It's just been very hard because I mean, even if I haven't watched Final Fantasy Peasants video, I've known for a while that there's leak websites, fake news, alternative news, and all that. And the thing that sucks is that it's hard for good gaming news to come out when you got all these, fake news and alternative facts and leak sites come out, which really gets really hard for the gaming industry, because then it's hard to believe somebody. So that's why I'm kind of freaking out about this a little bit. I'm actually panicking about this shit, because it's like I don't know. But it's just like, I mean, you know, you guys would call me out if I report news from a fake article or fake news or leaked news, because I don't think anyone should ever have a right to leak out stuff that they don't want to be leaked. I mean, Square Enix is a legit business, and if they ask that you don't leak out things, I understand that a while, you know. Even though, yes, they have leaked out Final Fantasy VII before, remake before the actual trailer at E3, which, you know, and that's why they had to show the trailer. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't show the trailer if it hasn't been leaked, but, you know, the point is, do I approve of leaked websites? No. They're just as bad as alternative fact sites, fake news. They go into the illegitimacy category. You know, now, with that said, I'm going to trust Siliconera.com is a legit game website. So, I hope... So, I don't want to misquote this, but it looks like we're going to be getting more cutscenes of Ardyn, if anything else. Or maybe a full episode. We don't know yet. It hasn't come out yet. We're still trying to finishing episode Prompto, and after episode Prompto, episode Ignis is next to come up. You know, I think what I'm understanding is that they're probably going to end up doing the same thing with like what they do with episode Gladiolus, where they had that special before that free special. If you didn't get to play episode Gladiolus, you got that free special chapter 13 patch where you saw what happened to Ravis and Idolus, which from what I'm seeing, probably when episode Prompto comes out, there's going to be a backstory with Ardyn. And it looks like there's probably going to have Ardyn talk to Versteal or something like that. And then he's probably telling Versteal about his past. Because it says we're going to talk about Ardyn's past, so it looks like we're going to get 2 cutscenes. We're probably going to get one where he's talking to anybody in the Niflheim Empire, most likely Versteal, because Versteal has a lot to do with episode Prompto. And with that, he tells him how he got rid of the other Astrals, or maybe how he met Idolus. We don't know. This is actually their thing, so we don't actually know for a fact what's going to happen. But it looks like that's probably more on the ladder of it could happen, the realm of possibilities. I don't know what episode Ignis is going to be about, but I know it's going to come right after Prompto. But it looks like they're going to probably put Ardyn's past during episode Prompto, because this is in June we're talking about. So they'll probably finish up, you know, recalling Ardyn's voice actor and stuff like this. So we're going to be seeing a lot more Ardyn. Whether you're a fan or you hate him or you love him or hate him, personally I don't like the character at all, because dude just pisses me off because of all the stuff he is. But I do want to see a past, because I want to see more things that drive Ardyn to do what he does. That way, at least I kind of understand, kind of get it. Plus, it adds more to the story. So, it's not just X, Y, and Z, because I think they're apologizing. Or at least Director Tabata is apologizing for the cuts, but he said, now, I'm not going to say this is a perfect quote. I'm just going to go off a quote I've heard, rumored, that he didn't do no cuts on the game. But if he did cuts on the game, this stuff would have been perfect if it was in the game the first time, even if they had to push it back one more month. But I'm glad we're getting them now, and I'm happy that we're actually getting these clips, because these clips are what we needed in the first place. So that's why I'm saying I'm glad we're getting them now, and it's not going to be just, you know, wait, patch later, wait, you know, these patches are from the game as it is. They're calling voice actors back, and, you know, and you can actually tell that they called voice actors back in. I'm pretty sure that scene with Idolus and Ravis were actually not part of the original, considering Ravis's animation looks a lot different than it does in the actual game during Chapter 13. And same thing with Idolus, and they just called the voice actors back. I think they're going to do with Ardyn as the same way, but Ardyn's probably going to be more likely to keep his animation, because Ardyn takes up part of the game in the first place. So, but nonetheless, you would be able to tell if they just made this stuff, because Ravis's voice actor kind of sounded a little bit different, like a little bit of pitch difference, and the Chapter 13, the Chapter 13 patch that he did in the original game. But you know, it could be a patch update. It could be many things. They cut out in the game where they just recall the voice actors and actresses and just ask them to redo lines and stuff like that. We don't know. Again, I'm not confirming anything yet because I really want to make sure I'm legitimate in everything I'm saying and everything I'm doing. I don't want to be one of those people who do illegitimate things. I always give credit to where credit is due. I'm a firm believer of giving credit where credit is due. Notice in my intros I say all material is copyright not intended, all rights reserved and all that stuff. But you know, if something happens where I accidentally quoted some alternative news, alternative game news, or leak news, or just anything that's illicit or legal, I need you to call me out. I really do, because you know, I don't see things differently. I besides being a theorist and besides being a gamer and a streamer, you know, I'm just a messenger at the end of the day. I just get message things on my Facebook. I get I get articles on my Facebook about Final Fantasy, and then I talk about them on a video just like this. So, you know, it would help if you tell me what is fake and what is real, you know. It helped me a lot if you could end up doing that, because that way I can identify stuff. But I'm just a messenger at the end of the day. I'm not perfect. I do make mistakes. I make a lot of mistakes in my life, you know. But if you do end up noticing that I talk about a leak, that an article that's a leak or fake news or alternative news, because the things I don't support is leaks, fake news, or alternative facts. I'm about being legitimacy, and it's not professional to be illegitimate. So if you see me, you know, reporting on a bad article, I do need people to say something, because I want to know if that article is trustworthy or not. There's so many untrustworthy things on this planet, and I just want to know. Now, with that said, I'm actually looking forward to this because I want to know the past about Ardyn. I want to know more about episode Prompto and episode Ignis and a multiplayer. I'm actually hyped for a multiplayer. I wouldn't mind playing this because I try to get to Final Fantasy 14, but I heard once you get to level 30, you have to actually start paying for it. I'm like, oh. I'm also really hoping that the City Arcade comes out, because that's something I can really put my focus and my all into, and I can actually win tournaments and make money off of the City Arcade. So, make more money, I should say, because I'm already making money because I have a job, but, you know, make even more money. The City Arcade will probably do it for me if I end up doing that. But nonetheless, may the crystal be with you, and you guys have a nice day, and don't forget to call me out if I end up reporting from false articles or fake or non-legitimate articles.